Welcome to the YouTube Academy, a comprehensive preparation course for the Project Management Professional Certification exam. This is episode 1, covering the foundations and framework you need to understand before diving into the detailed content. In this episode, we will explore the 2025 exam structure, the evolution of the PMBOK guide, the critical PMP mindset, and the PMI code of ethics. Whether you are preparing for your first attempt or refreshing your knowledge, this foundation is essential. Let's begin with our first practice question. Question 1. The 2025 PMP exam is structured around 3 primary domains. What percentage of the exam is dedicated to the people domain? Option A, 8%. Option B, 42%. Option C, 50%. Option D, 35%. Take a moment to consider which domain weight is correct before moving to the answer. The correct answer is B, 42%. The people domain accounts for 42% of the PMP exam, making it the largest single domain by question weight. The complete breakdown is as follows. The people domain covers 42% and focuses on emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, virtual team management, and servant leadership. The process domain covers 50% and addresses hybrid methodologies, digital transformation, and governance. The business environment domain covers 8% and examines sustainability, strategic alignment, and compliance. Understanding this distribution helps you allocate your study time appropriately. Question 2. What does the term silent update refer to in the context of the 2025 PMP exam? Option A. Updates to the exam that are announced 1 year in advance. Option B, changes to exam interpretation without formal ECO revision. Option C, a feature that mutes the testing center during the exam. Option D, updates that only affect the online proctored version. Consider what makes exam updates silent. The correct answer is B. A silent update refers to changes in how the exam interprets and applies its content without formally revising the examination content outline, known as the ECO. While the core 2021 ECO remains the governing document, the texture and focus of questions have shifted significantly to reflect modern project delivery realities. This is why candidates who studied from 2021 materials may find the 2025 exam feels different. The exam now places heavier emphasis on power skills, emotional intelligence, and hybrid methodologies. This is critical knowledge for exam preparation. Question 3. According to the YouTube Academy framework, which instructor is known as the process architect for visualizing the PMBOK process flows? Option A, Andrew Ramdayal. Option B, David McLaughlin. Option C, Ricardo Vargas. Option D, Aileen Ellis. Think about who is famous for creating visual process diagrams. The correct answer is C, Ricardo Vargas. Ricardo Vargas is known as the process architect because he provides the definitive visualization of the PMBOK guide processes. His seminal contribution is the elaboration of the process's flow, showing the PMBOK not as a list of knowledge areas, but as a chronological and iterative flow of process groups. Vargas emphasizes the feedback loops inherent in planning, demonstrating visually that planning is not a linear phase but a continuous cycle. His process flow diagram is essential study material for understanding how the 49 processes interact. Question 4. David McLaughlin's teaching methodology primarily focuses on which approach? Option A, memorizing all 49 processes and their ITTOs. Option B, psychometric analysis and elimination strategy for questions. Option C, mathematical formula derivation. Option D, reading the PMBOK guide cover to cover. Consider what makes his question videos so effective. The correct answer is B. David McLaughlin acts as the primary drill instructor for PMP exam preparation. His value lies in his calm, methodical deconstruction of exam-style questions. While other instructors focus on delivering content, McLaughlin focuses on the application of content. His teaching style is characterized by a servant leader demeanor that mirrors the exam's preferred leadership style. He teaches candidates to identify trigger words in question stems, such as team is upset, hybrid environment, or compliance issue, and maps them to the correct principle or domain. His content is particularly valuable for the agile and hybrid portions of the exam. Question 5. Andrew Ramdayal is credited with codifying which critical concept for PMP exam success? Option A, the critical path method. Option B, the PMP mindset. Option C, earned value management formulas. Option D, the Agile Manifesto principles. This concept is considered the most important behavioral framework for the exam. The correct answer is B, the PMP mindset. Andrew Ramdayal is widely credited within the PMP community for codifying the PMP mindset. This is a set of heuristic rules designed to help candidates navigate questions where multiple answers appear correct. Ramdayal's instruction focuses on the behavioral aspects of the project manager. He emphasizes that the PMI view of a project manager is an active, engaged servant leader who creates an environment for the team to succeed, rather than a manager who dictates tasks or escalates problems. His weekly live sessions also provide real-time updates on exam trends. Question 6. Aileen Ellis specializes in teaching which technical aspect of project management? Option A, stakeholder engagement strategies. Option B, agile ceremonies and artifacts. Option C, earned value management and mathematical formulas. Option D, risk response planning. Think about which area requires the most mathematical precision. The correct answer is C. Aileen Ellis provides specialized technical instruction for the hard skills portion of the exam, particularly earned value management. Many candidates struggle with EVM formulas, but Ellis's approach is reductive and logical. She teaches candidates to interpret the meaning of the numbers rather than simply memorizing formulas. For instance, she emphasizes that any index such as CP1 or SPI greater than 1.0 is good, and any variant such as CV or SV that is positive is good. This binary logic simplifies decision-making during the exam. Question 7. The PMBOK Guide 6th edition is best described as providing what type of guidance? Option A, the why of project management through 12 principles. Option B, the how through process groups and knowledge areas. Option C, only agile methodologies and practices. Option D, legal compliance requirements for projects. Consider the structural focus of the 6th edition. The correct answer is B. The PMBOK Guide 6th edition defined the how of project management. It structured the discipline into 5 process groups, which are initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling, and closing. It also organized content into 10 knowledge areas, including scope, schedule, cost, quality, resources, communications, risk, procurement, stakeholder, and integration. This structure contains 49 processes and remains the primary language for predictive or waterfall projects. The 6th edition is still essential knowledge even though the 7th edition has been released. Question 8. What is the primary difference between the PMBOK Guide 6th edition and 7th edition? Option A. The 7th edition eliminates all references to Agile. Option B. The 6th edition focuses on how, while the 7th focuses on why and what. Option C. The 7th edition only applies to software projects. Option D. The 6th edition was written for beginners only. Think about the philosophical shift between editions. The correct answer is B. The 6th edition defines the how of project management through detailed processes. The 7th edition defines the why and what through 12 principles and 8 performance domains. The 7th edition serves as an umbrella that validates various methodologies, including agile and hybrid approaches. Importantly, the 7th edition does not replace the processes of the 6th edition. Rather, it contextualizes them. Candidates must understand that processes are tools to be selected when principles like value or tailoring require them. The 2025 exam draws from both editions. Question 9. How many principles are introduced in the PMBOK Guide 7th edition? Option A, 5. Option B, 8. Option C, 10. Option D, 12. This is a fundamental number you should memorize. The correct answer is D, 12 principles. The PMBOK Guide 7th edition introduces 12 principles that guide project management behavior. These principles include stewardship, team, stakeholders, value, systems thinking, leadership, tailoring, quality, complexity, risk, adaptability, and change. Unlike the prescriptive processes of the 6th edition, These principles are descriptive and provide a philosophical foundation for decision-making across any methodology. Understanding these principles helps you answer situational questions where the best answer aligns with PMI's values. Question 10. How many performance domains are defined in the PMBOK Guide 7th edition? Option A, 5. Option B, 8. Option C, 10. Option D, 12. This number is different from the number of principles. The correct answer is B, 8 performance domains. The PMBOK Guide 7th edition defines 8 performance domains that represent interconnected areas of focus for effective project delivery. These are stakeholders, team, development approach and life cycle, planning, project work, delivery, measurement, and uncertainty. Unlike the sequential knowledge areas of the 6th edition, these domains operate concurrently throughout the project. Each domain interacts with the others, reflecting the integrated nature of modern project management. Question 11. According to the PMP mindset, what is the project manager's primary role? Option A, a command and control director who assigns all tasks. Option B, a servant leader who creates an environment for team success. Option C, a technical expert who solves all problems personally. Option D, an escalation point who defers decisions to sponsors. Consider what PMI values in a project manager. The correct answer is B. In the PMI world, the project manager is a servant leader. This means they carry food and water for the team metaphorically. They shield the team from distractions. They do not direct work in agile environments, but facilitate it. The servant leader removes impediments, provides tools and resources, and creates the conditions necessary for the team to succeed. This is a critical distinction from traditional command and control management. On the exam, answers that position the project manager as a facilitator and supporter are typically correct. Question 12. When a problem arises on a project, what should the PM do first according to the PMP mindset? Option A, immediately implement a solution. Option B, escalate to the sponsor for direction. Option C, analyze the situation and consult the management plan. Option D, assign blame to the responsible party. Think about the systematic approach PMI expects. The correct answer is C. According to the PMP mindset, the project manager analyzes first. When a problem arises, such as an unhappy stakeholder, the PM never immediately acts by changing scope. Instead, they first analyze the impact, consult the management plan, or review the stakeholder register. This systematic approach ensures decisions are informed and aligned with the project's governance structure. Look for answer choices that involve investigation, analysis, or consulting documentation. These are usually correct over immediate action. Question 13. According to the PMP mindset, when should a PM escalate an issue to the sponsor? Option A, whenever a team member has a concern. Option B, at the first sign of any problem. Option C, only when the issue exceeds the project's tolerance thresholds. Option D, never. The PM must solve all problems independently. Consider what constitutes appropriate escalation. The correct answer is C. The PMP mindset emphasizes that escalating to a sponsor or human resources is essentially an admission of failure. The project manager is expected to solve problems locally unless they strictly exceed the project's defined tolerance thresholds. These thresholds are established in the project management plan and might include cost variance limits, schedule delays, or scope changes that require sponsor approval. On the exam, if you see an escalation option, consider it carefully. It is usually not the correct first response. Question 14. A team member is underperforming on a project. According to the PMP mindset, what is the best initial response? Option A, remove the team member from the project immediately. Option B, report the team member to HR for disciplinary action. Option C, provide training or coaching to address the performance gap. Option D, ignore the issue and hope it resolves itself. Think about how a servant leader would respond. The correct answer is C. According to the PMP mindset, if a team member is underperforming, the correct response is to provide training or coaching, not to replace them or report them. This reflects the servant leader philosophy, where the project manager invests in team development. A critical rule for the exam is to never fire a team member. Termination is almost never the correct answer. Instead, look for options that involve coaching, mentoring, training, or investigating the root cause of the performance issue. Question 15. The PMI Code of Ethics encompasses which four foundational values? Option A, speed, efficiency, quality, cost. Option B, responsibility, respect, fairness, honesty. Option C, planning, executing, monitoring, closing. Option D, scope, schedule, budget, risk. These values underpin all ethical decisions on the exam. The correct answer is B. The PMI Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct is built on four foundational values: responsibility, respect, fairness, and honesty. Responsibility means taking ownership for decisions and their consequences. Respect means treating others with dignity and appreciating diverse perspectives. Fairness means making decisions impartially and transparently. Honesty means being truthful in communications and actions. These values are woven into every domain of the exam and guide the correct answer in ethical dilemma questions. Question 16. A PM discovers they have a personal financial interest in a vendor being considered for the project. According to the Code of Ethics, what must they do? Option A. Keep it confidential to avoid embarrassment. Option B. Proceed with the selection if the vendor is qualified. Option C. Disclose the conflict of interest immediately. Option D. Ensure the vendor wins to maximize personal benefit. Consider the fairness requirement. The correct answer is C. According to the PMI Code of Ethics, the project manager must disclose any potential conflict of interest immediately. They may need to recuse themselves from the vendor selection process if necessary. Hiding conflicts or proceeding despite them violates the principles of fairness and honesty. On the exam, conflict of interest questions always require disclosure as the correct answer. Transparency is paramount even when it creates uncomfortable situations. Question 17. The project is behind schedule, but the PM reports it as on track in the status report. This violates which ethical principle? Option A, responsibility. Option B, respect. Option C, fairness. Option D, honesty. Consider what is fundamentally wrong with misrepresenting project status. The correct answer is D, honesty. The project manager must provide accurate status reports even when the news is bad. Reporting a delayed project as on track is a direct violation of the honesty principle. Padding estimates to hide delays is similarly an ethical violation. The PMI expects project managers to be transparent about project health, enabling stakeholders to make informed decisions. Falsifying reports damages trust and prevents appropriate corrective action from being taken. Question 18. A vendor offers the PM tickets to a major sporting event in exchange for favorable consideration in the bidding process. The PM should: Option A, accept if the tickets are under $100. Option B, accept if no one will find out. Option C, decline and document the incident. Option D, accept but recuse from the selection process. Consider what constitutes a bribe. The correct answer is C. The project manager should decline the tickets and document the incident. Accepting gifts that could influence decisions constitutes bribery and violates the fairness principle of the Code of Ethics. Competitive bidding must be transparent. Showing favoritism based on personal benefits is a critical failure mode on the exam. Even if no one would find out, the ethical violation exists. The value of the gift is irrelevant. The intent to influence is what matters. Question 19. The 2025 PMP exam has dissolved the binary distinction between which two approaches? Option A, project and program management. Option B, waterfall and agile methodologies. Option C, tactical and strategic planning. Option D, internal and external stakeholders. Think about the hybrid reality of modern projects. The correct answer is B. The critical insight for 2025 is the dissolution of the binary distinction between waterfall and agile. The exam now presumes a hybrid reality where a project manager must fluidly switch between predictive budgeting and iterative software development within the same life cycle. This means you cannot study only waterfall or only agile. You must understand both and know when to apply each approach based on project context, stakeholder needs, and deliverable characteristics. Question 20. What emerging topic is appearing with increasing frequency on the 2025 PMP exam? Option A, typewriter maintenance for documentation. Option B, AI-driven performance tracking and digital tools. Option C, fax machine procurement procedures. Option D, manual Gantt chart creation with pencil. Consider modern project management trends. The correct answer is B. The 2025 exam includes questions about AI-driven performance tracking, automated data analysis, and digital transformation tools. These emerging topics require candidates to seek updated instruction that older textbooks fail to provide. The general exam approach is to embrace these tools to enhance efficiency, provided they do not replace human judgment. Environmental impact assessments and sustainability practices are also appearing with increased frequency, reflecting the evolution of project management in the modern era. Question 21. In the process groups model, which group envelops the entire project like a dashboard? Option A, initiating. Option B, planning. Option C, executing. Option D, monitoring and controlling. Consider which group runs throughout the project lifecycle. The correct answer is D, monitoring and controlling. This process group envelops the entire project and functions like a dashboard. It runs continuously from project initiation through closing, measuring actual performance against baselines, and taking corrective action when needed. The key process here is perform integrated change control. In predictive projects, scope change is not free. It must go through a formal change control board. Understanding that monitoring and controlling is continuous, not a phase, is essential for exam success. Question 22. According to Ricardo Vargas's process flow, what happens when cost estimates exceed the budget during planning? Option A, the project is immediately canceled. Option B, the PM loops back to scope to make adjustments. Option C, additional funding is automatically provided. Option D, the schedule is extended without scope changes. Think about the iterative nature of planning. The correct answer is B. Vargas visualizes planning as a repetitive loop. One defines scope, then schedule, then cost. If the cost is too high, one must loop back to scope for adjustments. This progressive elaboration is key to understanding that planning is not a linear phase that ends when executing begins. It is a continuous cycle where changes in one area require revisiting other areas. This concept is critical for answering questions about what the project manager should do next when constraints change. Question 23. What document gives the PM formal authority to apply organizational resources to the project? Option A, Project Management Plan. Option B, Work Breakdown Structure. Option C, Project Charter. Option D, Stakeholder Register. This is the foundational document that authorizes the project. The correct answer is C, the Project Charter. The project is born with the Project Charter and the Stakeholder Register in the initiating process group. The charter is critical because without it, the project manager has no authority. It formally authorizes the project, assigns the project manager, and provides high-level requirements and success criteria. If an exam question describes a situation where the PM lacks authority or support, check whether a proper charter exists. A missing or weak charter is often the root cause of project problems. Question 24. The project management plan is best described as Option A, a single document created at project start and never updated. Option B, a compilation of all subsidiary plans updated throughout the project. Option C, the same thing as the work breakdown structure. Option D, a contract between the PM and the customer. Consider the comprehensive nature of this document. The correct answer is B. The project management plan is a compilation of all subsidiary plans. It includes the scope management plan, schedule management plan, cost management plan, quality management plan, resource management plan, communications management plan, risk management plan, procurement management plan, and stakeholder engagement plan. This comprehensive document defines how the project will be executed, monitored, and controlled. It is updated through the Perform Integrated Change Control process when approved changes occur. Question 25. When does the closing process group occur? Option A, only when a project completes successfully. Option B, only at the scheduled end date. Option C, even if a project is terminated early. Option D, only for projects over 6 months duration. Consider when formal closure is required. The correct answer is C. Vargas emphasizes that closing occurs even if a project is terminated early. The project is not over until it is formally closed, lessons learned are archived, and resources are released. This applies whether the project was successful, failed, or was canceled. Formal closure ensures organizational learning is captured, contracts are closed appropriately, and team members are properly transitioned. Skipping the closing process is a common real-world mistake that the exam expects you to recognize as incorrect. Question 26. Video-based learning for the PMP exam teaches situational fluency through which technique? Option A, speed reading practice. Option B, cognitive modeling, watching instructors think through problems. Option C, memorizing answer keys. Option D, skipping difficult questions. Consider how watching experts solve problems helps you learn. The correct answer is B, cognitive modeling. Video instruction from expert facilitators offers a unique advantage through cognitive modeling. By watching an instructor read a question, pause, highlight keywords, and articulate their internal logic for eliminating distractors, the learner adopts the project manager mindset through observation. This think aloud protocol is essential for mastering the ambiguity of situational questions. Textbooks cannot replicate this dynamic decision-making demonstration, which is why video-based preparation has become so effective. Question 27. What is the key distinction of the 2025 PMP exam compared to earlier versions? Option A. It tests only ITTO memorization. Option B. It is a psychometric assessment of situational judgment. Option C. It contains only multiple choice questions. Option D. It focuses exclusively on waterfall methodology. Consider how the exam has evolved. The correct answer is B. The 2025 PMP exam is no longer a test of rote memorization regarding inputs, tools, techniques, and outputs known as ITTOs. Instead, it has evolved into a psychometric assessment of a candidate's ability to apply situational judgment across hybrid methodologies, artificial intelligence integration, and sustainable business practices. This means understanding concepts and knowing when to apply them is far more important than memorizing process definitions or knowledge area lists. Question 28. What percentage of the 2025 PMP exam focuses on the process domain? Option A, 8%, Option B, 42%, Option C, 50%, Option D, 65%. Recall the domain distribution we covered earlier. The correct answer is C, 50%. The process domain is the largest domain on the exam, covering half of all questions. This domain addresses hybrid methodologies, blending waterfall and agile approaches, digital transformation, AI-assisted project management, data analytics, and governance. Despite the heavy emphasis on people skills, technical process knowledge remains essential. Understanding both predictive and adaptive approaches is critical for success in this domain. Question 29. The business environment domain accounts for what percentage of the exam? Option A, 8%, Option B, 15%, Option C, 25%, Option D, 42%. This is the smallest of the three domains. The correct answer is A, 8%. Though the business environment domain is the smallest, it is critical for achieving an above-target score. This domain covers sustainability, sometimes called Green PM, organizational strategy alignment, value delivery, compliance, and change management. Questions in this domain connect projects to broader organizational goals and ensure candidates understand why projects are undertaken, not just how to execute them. Question 30. Which exam preparation strategy combines YouTube for learning with PMI study hall for simulation? Option A, the pure memorization strategy. Option B, the hybrid strategy. Option C, the speed reading approach. Option D, the textbook-only method. Think about the recommended approach from the YouTube Academy framework. The correct answer is B, the hybrid strategy. The community consensus recommends using YouTube for learning and understanding concepts. Instructors like Andrew Ramdayal and David McLaughlin explain why answers are correct better than text alone. However, PMI Study Hall offers the most accurate simulation of the exam's vagueness and difficulty, particularly the expert-level questions. The recommended approach is to use YouTube to build your knowledge base and the mindset, then use study hall in the final weeks to practice stamina and reading vague question phrasing. Let's review the key takeaways from Episode 1. The 2025 PMP exam has 3 domains: people at 42%, process at 50%, and business environment at 8%. The exam operates under silent updates, meaning interpretation changes occur without formal ECO revision. The PM BAK 6th edition provides the how through processes, while the 7th edition provides the why through principles. The PMP mindset positions you as a servant leader who analyzes first, avoids unnecessary escalation, and prioritizes training over punishment. The code of ethics rests on 4 values: responsibility, respect, fairness, and honesty. Key YouTube instructors include Vargas for processes, McLaughlin for scenarios, Ramdayal for the mindset, and Ellis for earned value management. Most importantly, the exam tests situational judgment, not memorization. Proceed to Episode 2 when you are ready to explore predictive methodologies in depth.